Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee, and welcome to this card making paper crafting tutorial. This is the card we're making today. It's this gorgeous floral thinking of you or sympathy card, and it features the inspiring Snapdragons die cuts as well as the Flowers of Beauty dies, and I'll show you those two now. These are the two die sets we're going to be using. Now, to save time, I've cut everything out, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so we have here our florals cut from the Flowers of Beauty, and this is from Summer. This is from Shy Shamrock, and then I've cut out from Inspiring Snapdragons. I've cut everything out twice, once from Berry Burst cardstock and once from Pretty in Pink cardstock. So those are the two dies. Let's get those out the way. Let's move these out of harm's way for now, and we're going to do a little bit of stamping first so it can dry while we create. We're going to stamp in Berry Burst cardstock, ink, and the stamp set we're going to use is Simply Said, and we're going to use Thinking of You again. And I'm just going to use my grid paper to help line up my piece of scrap basic white, and down, hold, and up. There we go. Perfect. So set all of that aside to dry for now, and let's work on our focal images, which are our beautiful florals and foliage. And so I've got my pokey tool here, take your pick tool, paper piercer, whatever you want to call it, and we are just going to make sure all those bits have been taken out from those dies. And oopsie daisy, there's quite a few of them. Just be delicate and gentle with these dies because they are die cuts, but they are really fine. In other words, they're very detailed and a bit delicate, and they're only delicate because they are so detailed. Okay, so I'm just going to poke out all of these pieces. I'm going to do that for this, and I'm going to do that for our Inspiring Snapdragons die cuts, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, let's start to assemble our Inspiring Snapdragons. So these are really easy to assemble, as you can tell. We're just going to put one on top of the other, just like that. If you're not sure, just do it. Test run when it's dry. You don't need a lot of glue on this. You don't want glue splodging everywhere. So I'm just going to clean up the end of my glue. I'm just putting dots with this one here and there. Now you can use your tweezers to get this in position. Didn't work for me, although I'm not that coordinated with my tweezers always. So I'm just going to use my fingers, come what may. Put this down. It's going to look beautiful whatever we do. Okay, just like that. And then I want a piece here, so let's find this matching piece. They all match really easy. I'm not going to put all of them together on camera, but I don't need to. So again, just really simply a few dots of glue, and then just, you really need wet glue for this. Gives you some wiggle room, but it really helps you on such a small piece. So I'm going to put the rest together just like that, and I'll see you when I've done it. Okay, so all our pieces are assembled, so I'm just going to do some little inking here. I'm just using my sponge daubers here, and I'm just going to use some berry burst ink, and I'm just going to catch the ends of my pieces here, and I'm just going to give them all a little distressing inking, whatever you want to call it, just around the edges, just to help them pop. And just to deepen those edges, give it a little bit more interest. So I'm going to do that for all of our pieces here, very quickly. No, not being too precious about it, just getting on with it and doing it. Okay, and I'm going to do it for both pieces. I've got some that are berry burst on top, some that are pretty peacock on top. I haven't bothered, I've just used pretty berry burst ink for both of them. And then the last one here. That's lovely. And then I'm going to take my pieces of greenery here. I just want to add a little colour. So, Shy Shamrock. Choose a greeny one, that'll do. And I'm just going to add, just pounce on some colour here. You could use your blending brush for this as well, but I'm just going to pounce on some colour. Just give some variety in the way it looks. Lovely. Enough is as good as a feast. Close all of that up, shift it out the way. Let's make our card. So our card base is thick basic white, so it's standard A6 card. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then I've got a piece here of the Unbound Beauty Designer Series paper, and this measures 14.35 centimeters by 10. And I'm just going to stick this on the front here to give us a nice pretty background. As you can see, you've got a little white border. Okay, and now we're going to just start off with our greenery, I think. And I'm going to put a piece down, and I'm not going to put a lot of glue on this, but as I said before, we don't want things smudging out too much, so I'm just putting a little bit on some of it. That will do. And if a bit's left that's a little bit floating, it will just give more texture to the card. And then we have this piece here. It's a bit shorter, so I'm just going to, again, just put a bit of glue. I'm just going to have this sort of coming out from that piece there. I want to stick. If something doesn't want to stick, you can add a bit more afterward, obviously. Okay, now we can decide where we want our flowers, and I think I'm going to put these two big ones up on dimensionals. So let's find our dimensionals. And I'm just going to put a line of them up the centre of our flower. And I'm going to look for my baby ones. Here's the mini dimensionals, or baby ones as I call them. And I'm just going to put one at the tip of each. And so let's take these backings off. Give the dimensionals a little push down. Obviously they stick better. It's much easier to get the backings off. Okay. Get rid of those. I've got glue on my fingers, so it's wanting to stick to me. Never a good thing. I'm going to put that down, and I'm just going to, you see, if you push down your dimensionals before you take the backings off, see how much more easy it is to get those backings off. I'm going to put that one down there. And then I think we're going to tuck these in, so I'm going to put a bit of glue, a bit more than that. That's better. Let's see, let's have this one coming out the side, like that. And then the same with this one here. I'm determined to get every bit and piece of glue out of this bottle before I can. I'm sure you can relate to that one. And then I think we're going to have this one just here. So I'm going to put some dimensionals at the top here. But what I'm actually going to do is just tuck it in here for now, so I know where it's going to go, where I get the dimension where I want it. Lovely. And then I cut out our sentiment using my trimmer, and I'm just going to stick that over the top of everything like that. Okay, let's get rid of these backings, because otherwise they do seem to stick to everything and anything. And then finishing touches, we've got some of these rhinestones, so let's just scatter some of these. These are wanting to stick to me as well. That will do. There are our two cards. Simple, pretty, floral, thinking of you cards. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and let YouTube know. And also, please subscribe to future videos. If you want more information about the projects, the supply list, the measurements, it's all listed and linked below, as is all my social media links. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.